Coldest village on earth. 10 minutes outside equals death. Minus 71 degrees Celsius. What? Oh, wait.
Frozen wolf. If you don't move, you freeze.
Imagine a village.
Wait, is that real? Is that real?
Where temperatures drop as low as minus 71.2 degrees Celsius.
Oh my God.
Spending just a few extra minutes outside can lead to frostbite, the loss of a limb, or even end of life.
Oh my God.
Frostbite?
Oh, yeah.
After staying outside for just over 15 minutes, my nose turned white. Ice crystals began forming inside the cells, and the tissue started to die. If I had stayed out 5 minutes longer, my nose would have suffered permanent tissue damage.
Wait, how do people live here then?
When people breathed outdoors, it would sound like dry grass rustling behind them. That was the sound of warm breath turning into tiny ice crystals.
I'm in the coldest inhabited place on Earth, at the coldest time of the
Russia.
year. This is Omyakin. Just to stay alive, I'm wearing more than 20 layers of clothing, weighing nearly 14 kilos. Stepping outside from a warm 30 degrees Celsius home means facing a temperature drop of over 100 degrees. That's why I'm also wearing gloves, boots, pants, and a
Yo, their heating bill literally must be like honestly tens of thousands a month.
coat, all made from reindeer fur. And even that's not enough. And now, I'm about to show you what life is like when simply going outside becomes a battle for survival.
Hey, listen, I struggle to get my lazy ass outdoors in the UK. I don't even leave my room now. You think I'm stepping foot outside here? Oh no, I ain't ever going out. Ever outside, I ain't gonna know what that is. No way.
Within seconds outside, ice crystals start forming on the eyelashes and the skin starts to sting. The village feels like it's been abandoned.
The cold burned my finger.
Oh.
The cold doesn't just affect people and wild animals. It stops everything from functioning. Phones don't work properly and often
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Chat, is anyone thinking the same thing? Oh wait, I didn't even know that was an animal. I thought that was a snowball.
animals. It stops everything
I ain't gonna lie. I actually feel really bad for this donkey right now. Can you please take the donkey back inside?
from functioning. Phones don't work properly and often shut down. Cars left outside freeze in just a few hours. Since the ground is always frozen, no fruits or vegetables can grow here. We boarded a plane in Moscow, flying east for 7 hours to Yakutsk. From there, we covered an 18-hour, 900-kilometer road trip. It's 2 a.m. and
Chat, you're saying reindeers? Reindeers aren't real, bro. You think I'm dumb? Reindeers is for Santa Claus. That's a reindeer? Reindeers aren't real. No, they're not. Hey Siri, are reindeers real animals?
Yes, reindeer are real mammals.
Ah!
From Carnegie and
I thought reindeers was... I thought reindeers was... What? No, I'm actually not joking, bro. I thought reindeers was literally just because of Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. Nah, what? I thought it was a deer.
and we finally arrived at the coldest village in the world. The thermometer reads minus 60.5 degrees Celsius. When we stepped out of the car, it felt like we were on another planet. The hairs in our nose were frozen, and we felt them prick with every breath. The dry air makes us cough uncontrollably. Omyakin is home to
Mad.
around 800 people, spread across 1.5 square kilometers.
I just don't understand why you would live here. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, this is ridiculously cold.
Seeing anyone else outside is almost impossible, as if time itself has frozen in this place.
It's really cold. We are walking for about 15 minutes.
As you see, my friend's eyelashes are full of ice.
Bro, that's ridiculous, mate. Mate, that's not makeup or cheese. That's ice.
You can see another ice droplet on his upper lip.
Oymyakon, our land surrounded by mountains. It gets brutally cold here. The temperature drops to minus 63 degrees Celsius or even minus 64 degrees Celsius. Because Oymyakon is located in a basin, there's hardly any wind. The cold just settles in and stays.
In this region, the ground stays frozen all year round. This layer of frozen earth is called permafrost, and it can reach hundreds of meters deep. To survive the cold, the villagers built a central heating system, a single coal-powered.
Yo, chat, I genuinely don't understand. This is just way too much effort. Why are they living here? Why are they here? This is way too much effort to stay alive. This is way too much effort.
boiler sends heat to most homes through pipes. The system must run non-stop. Even a short failure puts everyone at risk. The interiors of the houses differ from traditional village homes. Heating pipes connected to the central boiler run through the rooms to keep the houses warm. To build on the frozen ground, thick wooden beams are first laid down to create a flat base. Then, the main logs go on top. A 30-centimeter thick subfloor is added, followed by insulation, and finally, the finishing floor. Each wall is made of 7-layered materials. There's wood on the outside, then basalt wool as the main insulation barrier, then plaster, mesh, foam insulation, another layer of plaster, and finally, a wooden panel inside. The windows are triple glazed, forming a vital barrier against the bone-chilling temperatures. And
Mate, so you're telling me this whole big room here is literally just a tiny box here because of all the layers?
The attic is insulated with sawdust and soil. Combined with a stove or heating system, this setup keeps the residents warm.
Small.
In nearly every building, the entrance room is intentionally left unheated.
We freeze everything in the front room.
Look at this refrigerator, natural.
Here, I have frozen milk and frozen meat that I store in the cold.
Wait. It's that cold? They don't even need a freezer. The room is a Oh my god. That's crazy.
And meat that I store in the cold.
As you can see, these first two rooms at the entrance used for storage and as a refrigerator.
These unheated rooms also serve as a buffer against the freezing cold.
You can see ice and snow covering the interior of the room, especially the ceiling.
In Oymyakon, the day begins early. Yevdokia is already at the barn. Cattle farmers here wrap a cloth around the cow's udder to protect the sensitive tissue from frostbite and to keep it clean.
The udder isn't at risk of freezing anymore, but once the milk starts flowing, we have to be careful.
Because of the extreme cold in Oymyakon,
Wait, chat, that was his udder wrapped, right? And not his cut. Oh, wait, no, wait, chat. No. I learned this the other week. Cows are female, bulls are male. Cows are female, bulls are male. Okay, I learned this the other week. Of course it's udder, because it's female.
No water pipes run to the buildings. They would freeze almost instantly. The cows must step out into the cold every morning and make their way to the river to drink. One by one, they step into an icy hell, moving quickly, knowing they must return before the cold becomes too harsh. Their
That's
hair became
crazy.
crusted with ice almost immediately.
This part of the river is not frozen because it is coming fresh from the mountain. Underground spring water meets with river and keeps this part of the river unfrozen.
Then all of a sudden, my whole face went numb. I couldn't move the muscle on the left side, like I was having facial paralysis. When my nose started freezing, Yevdokia noticed right away.
Is it frostbite?
Yeah.
The cold shrinks the blood vessels and eventually reduces blood circulation. Without enough warmth, water inside each cell freezes into ice crystals, causing the cells to rupture and triggering a stabbing pain and tissue to die.
Yo, isn't frostbite very dangerous?
You should cover your face like this. Walk while covering your face. Be careful, or it might turn black.
From this point on, until the end of the documentary shoot, I won't be able to stay outside for more than 10 minutes at a time, or my already frostbitten nose could get even worse. But as the documentary progresses, and the temperatures drop even further, we'll be pushing our limits to show you what survival here truly demands.
Here is the cure. This is aloe and just alcohol. You soak it like this and apply it to the area that's frozen.
Hey. Why is she not getting frostbite then? This guy's literally looking like a whole ass bear, and then she just looks like it's a cold Tuesday. How is she fine?
To the area that's frozen.
She's evolved?
And don't rub it, okay? Otherwise, you'll damage the vessels and the capillaries, and it'll lead to sores.
Then Yevdokia began her daily chores by hanging freshly washed clothes in the yard. Within just minutes, they completely froze solid.
Her clothes are completely frozen. My hands are freezing.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
After that, she headed into the barn to milk the cows.
I keep Yakut cows because they produce really high-quality milk. The fat content can reach 7 to 8%.
As you can see, there are some ice and snow covering the ceiling, but here is warm. The sides are also covered in snow. You can see some droplets from the ceiling. That is because of the humidity.
The air is thick with the smell of hay, warm milk, and livestock.
Now we are going to meet a horse master.
We're about to see the wild Yakutian horses in their natural habitat.
Mikhail,
Ruhi.
Here are the Yakut horses. The conditions here are so harsh that only they have been able to adapt.
What is the temperature today?
What? It's somewhere around minus 50 degrees Celsius here. It's also hard to be outside for a long time.
Wait, you're telling me these horses can stay out here? Like they've fully adapted now to this weather? Like they're fine?
We have a system of fences in the open area. They mostly graze freely.
These Yakutian horses don't need heated shelters, as they can endure minus 70 degrees Celsius outdoors day and night.
Unlike regular horses, they are short. This also helps them to stay outside during winters, because short body means it can radiate heat to a smaller area. Their body looks very puffy, very rich in fat and round. This is because of their thick fur. And also their horseshoes are very tall, allowing them to stand on this freezing ground very long time. They're not captured. They just being fed here. Their body means food. This is horse meat. They eat it here. As you can see, it got a lot of fat. This is long pack.
You feed the horses horse meat? You sick fox. That's evil. That's evil, bro. That is messed up.
A packet of a horse meat. This was ordered and it's going to be sold to a customer.
This large pile of hay has been stored since summer. It's the main food supply for the horses during winter. Mikhail offered us a taste.
I swear he said he feeds the horse meat.
Taste of his horse's meat and liver, which is only eaten raw and frozen in this.
Wait, what?
Mikhail offered us a taste of his horse's meat and liver, which is only eaten raw and frozen in this region.
Raw horse meat.
It's full of vitamins and good stuff. Since we don't have fruit or vegetables here, we get our vitamins from meat.
Are they eating it raw?
Like ice. I can't feel the taste of it because it is frozen.
This is the liver.
In Oymyakon, daylight lasts only about 4.5 hours in January. It's 3 p.m. now. As darkness falls, we're calling it a day. Before cars, animals like horses,
I can't believe reindeers are a fucking thing. Like, in all of this video, like, this is a very shocking video. I think I'm most shocked about a reindeer.
Cattle, and of course reindeer were used for transportation.
I'm blown away.
Reindeers are very important in this region, not just for transportation, but also for its meat, skin, and also milk.
About half a kilometer beyond the village center, frozen forest of Oymyakon begins. In this village, most people herd animals for a living, but for those like Ivan, hunting becomes the main source of income.
I am a man of the forest. These lands are my hunting grounds, and here is my tent, my home.
How do you survive that?
He's making fire now. We need this fire because it is too cold here.
We must walk on the paths. The ice underneath is thin.
We made our way to the frozen river to check the fishing net he had set the day before. Ivan warned our cameraman just in time. He was about to step onto a cracked patch.
Yo, chat, isn't life crazy? Like, think about it this way, yeah? Like, we're out here complaining that McDonald's forgot our dip, our sauce, and our order that we ordered from, sat in our chair in our own homes from our phones. We did absolutely nothing. And we're complaining about a 5-cent dip. Then you got this guy in minus 62 degrees Celsius trying to find fire and food to stay alive. Now that is just that's a crazy difference right there. That is crazy to think about.
We need this fire because it is too cold here.
The day before, Ivan warned our cameraman just in time. He was about to step onto a cracked patch of ice. One wrong step could cause him to fall into the water.
Oh, hey!
And get wet.
In the winter, when it was just as cold, my dad was out riding his horse in the woods. He fell through the ice and started freezing right away. Realizing that there was no warm shelter nearby and no chance of rescue, he made the decision to shoot himself to avoid a slow, painful death.
Oh, some weather special ones. It's already frozen.
Our gear was already struggling to work in this temperature, and now this frozen lens is useless, and we'll have to give up on it.
Oh my god, the water splashed upon the camera and literally in a millisecond it froze. Mad.
Hit the net. He's removing the ice from the hole using a small shovel. The fish remained alive for only a few seconds after touching the freezing air.
The water was warm, but now on the surface, this fish is shocked. It's completely frozen.
To make it easier to cut, he's warming the frozen fish by rubbing it with his hands. He's carefully slicing it into thin pieces.
Frozen and raw wild fish. When it's frozen, you feel like you're just eating an ice.
You should eat with salt. Fish are loaded with vitamins in the winter.
Inside the tent, it's warm, but as you see...
Yo, chat, hear me out real quick. Hear me out, right? They just ate that fish like that. They never killed the fish. Chat, they never killed the fish. The fish froze. What have we learned in modern times? When you freeze, you're still alive. Your life is on pause when you freeze. That fish was still alive. It was just frozen. They just ate a fish alive, bro. They just ate it alive.
The other part is completely frozen.
He's feeding the fire and sharing some of the fish to nature.
O Spirit of nature, accept our gift. Bless us with a successful hunt and grace us with the abundance of your land.
Yeah, why not cook it? You have a fire.
He must keep the spirit of the hunt satisfied, or next time, he might come up empty. We're heading into the wilderness. Ivan wants to hunt something big. Looks like something's been through here. There are footprints and little patches of urine left behind.
Look, roe deer tracks.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, chat. Call me a pussy all you want. The skinning the fish was a fine line. I'm not about to watch them skin a deer, bro. If they do hunt a deer, I'm skipping. I'm skipping it. I ain't about to see that. I don't care.
We're getting close.
I'm skipping that.
Because I stayed out in the cold for more than 10 minutes, I've started to feel numbness in my nose again. I have to be more careful.
I don't feel my nostrils. Okay.
Oh, he's got to be careful.
From that side, it ran towards the forest. That's where I'll set the trap.
He hopes to catch a large animal. The hunter knows the animal follows the same path every day, so he's placing the trap along his daily route. He's covering the trap with snow. He's using a dog's tail to remove the traces smoothly. We'll return to this spot later to see what he catches. But first, Yvonne wants to check the trap he set yesterday. He scans the snowy landscape carefully.
I feel it building up. Nah, I think we're good.
Being here is like a book to me. When the snow falls, I track how many animals there are by their footprints. I already know how many animals live in this area.
The Saka are a Turkic people who migrated from Central Asia, and I'm from Turkey, a country whose roots also trace back to the same region. Before we continue with the documentary, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this project and explore making my family to just get back and catch.
You got a hair.
Inoperable. If water pipes were installed, the water inside would freeze almost instantly. Instead, residents meet their needs, such as washing their hands from water they had previously stored in tanks.
Our sink is old. There's a bucket underneath to catch the water. When it fills up, we just take it outside and dump it.
Once again, the absence of plumbing infrastructure means that houses have no indoor showers or toilets. Instead, these essential facilities are built in the gardens, inside unheated cabins. The lack of a sewage system means that human waste remains where it is accumulated. Since waste freezes instantly upon exposure to the air, it often accumulates into frozen columns, sometimes reaching up to 1 or 2 meters in height before eventually being broken down. When someone has to use the bathroom, they need to put on
I'd rather see the skinning of the animals, bro.
A lot of clothes, and they must be fast to not get frozen. Using these toilets is never a pleasant experience, but this one is different. It's heated, but the problem with it, it cannot be ventilated as the cold disrupts the heating system.
Don't show me more shit.
This type of toilet is still preferred to be protected from the cold, despite the unpleasant odor that accumulates inside.
Yo, chat, listen, I'm sorry if anybody's eating right now, but yo, imagine shitting in this weather. Oh my god, it must really hurt. Like, your asshole's got to be so sore. It's gotta hurt, bro. Surely.
To bathe, cook, wash dishes, or simply drink, clean water is essential. But getting it is a whole other process that takes a lot of effort. People here collect blocks of river ice.
You're eating spaghetti? I am so sorry.
Melt them to get fresh water for daily use. Right now you're looking at a vast white blanket of snow, but under, there's a frozen river, the only source of water. He's using a chisel to cut into the thick ice.
You have to work quickly if it's cold. Otherwise you'll freeze.
As we carve out solid blocks one after another, we lift them and place them onto the sled.
I've got a very important question. How do you guys drink coffee? Like, would that burn them? Like, you know, if I gave these guys a nice hot boiled coffee, like it's boiling hot, would they drink it and probably burn to death? Like, would their bodies go into shock?
Yeah.
Yo, don't fall through.
We've loaded as many ice blocks as a sled can carry.
Our ancestors used to transport ice with oxen.
Nikolai, how long these are gonna last?
I have a big family. It'll last us 2, maybe 3 weeks.
These huge blocks are kept either in the cold room inside the house or just outside in the backyard.
They put them in a barrel and let them melt, and then they drink it.
Oh wow, cool.
The ice blocks we collected together will not only be used in his own home, but also shared with neighbors so they can use the clean water to bathe. In this village, a bathing routine doesn't start with turning on a tap, but with chopping wood. The boy is grabbing a large chunk of ice given by Nikolai, and he's bringing it inside.
Our grandparents take baths for 2 hours.
Well, I can't lie. Baths are hot. You have hot baths. I'm taking baths for more than 2 hours too.
We usually stay for about an hour and a half.
How long does it take for you to complete your bath?
The whole process takes around 4 or 5 hours. We bathe once a week on Saturday or Sunday.
The next step is to turn frozen shampoo into liquid.
4 or 5 hours? Oh man. Oh man. Mate, we can shower in literally a couple minutes.
Near the stove. They're rinsing themselves using a ladle. When they finish, they're dressing quickly as they'll step outside from 60 degrees Celsius to minus 54 degrees Celsius, a difference of 114 degrees Celsius. After their
wait.
They're rinsing themselves using a ladle. When they finish, they're dressing quickly as they'll step outside from 60 degrees Celsius to...
In there is 60 degrees Celsius, 140 Fahrenheit. In there. All my life, I'm never leaving. If I got to choose 60 degrees Celsius or minus 60 degrees Celsius, I'm staying in the sauna 24/7, bro. I'm going to be known in this village as Lava Man.
Minus 54 degrees Celsius, a difference of 114 degrees Celsius.
Why is this? How
After
they made
the
it
weekly
so
bath
hot?
ritual ends, the next morning begins early. It's 7:30 a.m. and children are waking up to a freezing cold morning, still pitch black outside. Thanks to the simple indoor tank, the kids can wash their faces and brush their teeth in the warmth of the house. But for other needs, the kids still have to use the outdoor toilet. Jana helps her daughters get dressed for school. The children wear many layers of clothing for their commute. Before they leave, Jana wraps a wool shawl tightly around their faces, covering their mouths and noses to protect them from the biting cold. Now, they're ready to go outside.
Yo, chat, is this a bad thing? I actually think that everybody in this village should just wear condoms. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this village needs to come to, you know, it needs to simmer out. Does it make sense, chat? Like, this village, they obviously live here, yeah, which is great, and they're making it work. But I feel like they need to simmer it out because they need a new location, bro. This is too hard. This life is minus 60 degrees, bro. Like, if my parents birthed me into this place, I'm punching them straight in the face. Straight up. I'm pissed. Day one. Like, you just been born and it's minus 60 degrees Celsius. I'm pissed. I'm fuming. I'm mad.
The walk to school is about half a kilometer. Every winter morning, Nikolai walks his daughters. The school remains open in Oymyakon unless temperatures drop below bone-chilling minus 55 degrees Celsius. Below that point, it's too dangerous to go outside. Today, the thermometer reads minus 51 degrees Celsius. As the kids arrive at school, daily life for people like Yvonne is focused on survival and hunting.
Wow.
Yvonne has got a lot of animals here. He even has a frozen wolf.
He caught this wolf before dawn, about 2 hours ago, in the trap we set together. Freezes and won't start again without a full defrost.
I fucking love wolves, bro. Fuck that.
Frosting process.
How are you planning to unfreeze your car?
We'll use a jet heater. We're not sure if it'll start.
Every part is frozen solid. Metal, fuel.
No, they do seem happy. Yeah, I get that. They seem happy. But if we do a survey of how many of these people have been to Hawaii, I bet you it's a whopping 0. And then let's see after we send them to Hawaii, they come back with the same attitude. They won't. They won't. Cocktails on the beach. This is because they don't know. Minus 60 degrees Celsius that's torture, bro. Said in Australia, Lou, even Brits don't return after that. True. Chat, I understand like people staying and surviving in like cold temperatures, but this is borderline unlivable. Minus 60 degrees Celsius is crazy. You might hate the heat. Maybe.
We're not sure if it'll start.
Every part is frozen solid. Metal, fuel, oil, even the battery. They start by brushing off the heavy snow that's built up on the car.
The tire has turned
I'm telling you right now, they're a lot stronger than I am, man. I would have tapped out.
solid like a rock. It was minus 56 degrees Celsius outside.
The tire's gone flat, not because of a leak, but because cold temperatures cause the air molecules inside to shrink.
They are going to install this to heat the vehicle.
We try to close it tightly so that the warm air does not escape out, but stays inside.
They got a jet engine?
And take this one. It's too cold outside. Because of this, everything needs to be kept warm. Since the car is diesel, the diesel fuel in the tank completely froze. The car will stay like this for about 3 to 4 hours.
If a local is lucky enough to have a heated garage, they can store their vehicle there for months without risking the engine. As the car was being defrosted, we made our first stop at one of these garages.
The door is very well insulated. There is no open spot in this garage. They use this material. If you see the walls, layer upon layer, and there are pipes here to heat the garage.
We heated the car for 3 hours. Now, we're going to try starting it.
The accumulator is installed.
Yo, I've just thought, I wonder how the postman feels about this. Imagine you live south to this place. It might be slightly cold, but not this cold. And you gotta go deliver the post. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's a nightmare. That'd be a nightmare, man.
And the oil level is checked using the dipstick.
The first time we opened the door.
Great!
This vehicle brought back.
You think they have a mailbox? Mate, you know Amazon delivers across the whole planet, right? Where do you think they buy stuff? They have a car and a jet engine. A jet didn't fall out the sky. They obviously ordered it.
They
must have
Now we'll
mailmen.
try to leave the place.
In Oymyakon, survival isn't about conquering nature, but about living in harmony with it. Guided by ancient shamanic wisdom, the Yakut people don't fight the cold. They respect it and endure within its rules.
Look, the temperature does not rise at all.
Here, even the cruelest winters are met not with fear, but with ritual and the unshakable belief that nature gives as much as it takes. This isn't just
Oh, that's
survival,
pretty.
it's coexistence. Huge thanks to my dear friend Turgut Ekim, who was with me every step of the way during this journey. He also filmed a video in Oymyakon where he accepted an extraordinary invitation from a local family and captured daily life in this freezing village. Also, while filming with Turgut, we jumped into a frozen river at minus 55 degrees Celsius. One of the most extreme experiences
No, chat, I'm not doing this as a subathon challenge. Get that out of your head right now.
of my life. If you want to catch this unseen footage of the journey and get a much closer look at the region's culture and traditions, click here to watch his documentary.
Wow, man, crazy. I can't do that. Fair play to them. I could not do that, bro. I'm cold looking at it, and it's actually hot in my room.